Hey, good morning, everybody. Today's Monday, February the 1st, 2021. So here we go again with these numbers. Pay attention, the magical numbers 2 and 1 and 2 and 1, right? 2121, 2121. Um, there's something significant in those numbers, but I'm just saying it's a special day when you get those numbers popping up. Um, Yeah, that's right, because there won't be a 2021 again, ever, or a February the 1st, 2021 again, ever. So this is it, my friends. This is the day, whatever that means. Let's see what happened. I got my coffee. I put well, my K mug is in the cupboard. So I've got my big cup of nope. I found this at the chucking away sale, I call them. I don't like to say closing down sale, going out of business sale. I just call it chucking away because that's what these stores want to do when they're going out of business. They just want to chuck this stuff away. I'm thinking about all the wonderful store employees that pretty much are about to lose their job or go on to something else, and here they are having to fling out the stuff that they have been so painstakingly displaying and unpacking and putting out for people to see and look at. And now it's just a chuck away sale. Anyway, I digress. Mm. Mm. So let's see. What is today's theme? Well, I will share this. Probably in this year, off and on throughout the last 10, 15 years, I've done a lot of personal growth on myself, but learning, sharing like a seesaw type of effect. And I like that. I like the fact that teaching and learning is all simultaneous, happens at the same time. I think some folks who teach feel like it elevates them. Um, and for the most part, I think it does. There's also something to be said about how knowledge becomes power. Yeah, if you're withholding it and you think that you know something somebody else doesn't know, and that puts you in an egotistical bubble, which, hey, listen, that's like an island. Who wants that? So, what's been happening lately, which I pay attention to, I talk about message come, starts off with a little whisper, comes in the form of they're everywhere. The guides, the spirits, the other world is always connecting with us. And so I write these post-it note things. When I find a quote that I like, that I find, ooh, that lights me up, it gives me a charge, I write it down. And so this one, I keep writing down, launching rockets of desires, expect to receive what is asked for. Well, I wrote this down probably a week ago while I was listening to a seminar. And, it's got this little strip of sticky. So I plonking it on the wall over here. I've got a pile of them. I've got a monitor right here that it's not on. I just stick them on there. Well, this one keeps falling down. It just keeps falling down. So the rest of them have stayed up. This one falls down. And I'm thinking, well, I don't know if this is meant to be launching rockets of desire, expect to receive what is asked for. And I'm thinking and thinking and thinking, what not making much sense. And then I got it. The piece that's missing is the expectation of receiving. That's it. So this morning, I went in with the theme. Again, it was one I wrote down yesterday. They talk about the word I am is the word of God. It's kind of literally means that. Creator, I am, you fill in the blank, right? And many of you that have gone on personal growth, sorry, I got my mustache is tickling me. Those of you who've gone on to personal growth seminars, anytime that you do something to elevate yourself, at some point in the training, there should be, or is typically, the I am affirmation. I am, and you fill in the blank, right? You are what you say you are. You are what you claim to be. You are all the things about yourself. That's what the I am is. And God means, God is, I am the Father, I am the Son, I am the Spirit, I am the world, I am the floor, I am the door, the thing. If you trust that the God, the creator, the universe, whatever it is everything, that means that you are too. We are too. I am, you are, everybody else is. It's all part of it. And so in saying I am, what comes up many, 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 many times in working with affirmations, working with statements, life statements, that word not is in there. I'm not something. But more importantly, it becomes this banner statement that is a limiting belief. So that leads me to saying today's message, which is we are enough and we are incomplete. So what does incomplete mean? Something that's not finished, something that needs a little extra, something that has to be just rounded off. Now, in a lot of cultures, there's this search for perfection. Rhodes Scholars, celebrated musicians, artists, writers, all of the creative, artistic folks look for something just a bit more, right? Just a bit more. So there is this almost sickening energy that says, well, we believe we're perfect, and yet we're not enough. Or we're enough, but we're not complete. So how do you get to, I'm not enough, or I am enough, but I'm incomplete? Well, if you're incomplete, then you're not enough. There's that dichotomy. You are enough, you've got enough, you'll always have enough. You'll always have enough. And you will always be looking for and wanting more. That's the part of being incomplete. Being incomplete is the searching for the extra pieces that keeps us going. Because if we settled for, there's that word settled, we're enough. It's okay. It's all good. We're enough. We wouldn't want any more. We wouldn't go striving for more. We wouldn't want to go looking for the extra piece, the extra this, the extra that, just another bit. Then there would be nothing to work toward. No goal, no fence post, no, little bit more. Now, yes, I will say that there is a time and a place where what you're creating, what you're making, what you're doing, what you're saying, what you're affirming is complete. That's when you know you're done. But then something else is right up behind it. There's a theory in business, they talk about you want to leave something when you're on the rise of a curve. It begins to flatten out. That's the time that you look for something a little more to push it a bit further. If you don't, if you believe that this rise of the curve, that you're at the top of your game, you are all that, Mecca, the next ride is back down again. And Mecca becomes less than. And you can go from hero to zero pretty quickly. So you go from hero and you sort of float along at hero, and then hero takes on another little metamorphosis and keeps going. This brings me to what we're talking about today, the message. So expect to receive what is asked for. So the incomplete piece of this piece I keep getting is I'm doing the affirmations. I'm working with, launching rockets of desire, affirming that I am perfection, unfolding, which means perfection's happening all the time, keeps going, keeps unfolding. I am incomplete, working on completion, and then there'll be something else to start, stop, and complete. It's an ongoing journey. If you're looking at the ongoing journey as being debauchery, as being, oh, here we go again. Oh, Lord, I've got to do that again. Oh, my goodness. Really? How many more times? That's the lesson. You got to find the magic in that, the mundane, because there always will be. You know you're complete when you get excited about the mundane. Oh, this is really kind of cool. Not boring. Just, oh, it's okay. I can do this again. It's not a problem. Let's go do it. That's the thing. We always feel like we've graduated already. No, not really. You never really graduate. You just keep going. You just keep finding a new way to look at the same thing. An exciting way to look at the same thing. Until something new and exciting takes you to the next journey, the next thing. So here's the cards for today, and I'll explain a bit more about this. So I'm sitting and I'm doing the prayer protection, giving thanks for guides, angels, and spirits to bring me the messages and to let that flow through me. So the first card that popped up, which is a new one, hasn't come up very often, is Holy Love. Like, oh, okay. Is this a message for me? Possibly. Is it a message for those out there that are single and wish they weren't? Probably. Oh, we are in the month of love, Valentine's, all that sort of stuff. I'm amazed at the commercialization of it. Cards and balloons, and Lord, Russell Stover's must have gone berserk last fall when it came to making chocolates, because the aisles are full of them. All that sugar. And I won't go there, but there you go. And then the next one that came, no word of a lie, Sacred Union. Well, when they work together, they work together. And I shuffled both decks meticulously this morning. And then, this first one, I just pushed the first card off the deck because it's the first of the month. The second one, first card off the deck because it's the first of the month. And then got to partnership and romance. So this can certainly mean if you are single and you are, what do I want to say, perhaps bothered by it? Me, no. My days, I keep saying, of love and romance are like this. And that's just shielding my heart. I've got a lot in there to share, a lot in there to give, a lot in there that's going everywhere. And I want to, be a little bit more amorous with it, with everybody. And I find this is going to get me in trouble, I know, sharing love with just one other person, lovely, special. And it is great, and it is special, and it's great to have that one person that is there. But for me, it has been somewhat limiting. It's thought that, well, why one person? Why not a lot of people? Which just is what it is. Anyway, I got to go get out of that and talk about whatever your partnership is. And it could be a partnership of business, a partnership with your spiritual self, your higher self, your newly found growth self. The angels, guides, spirits are all in around it, supporting you, supporting things that you've worked on, supporting things that you're doing. Anytime that you're working with an energy in addition to your own energy, and yes, we can certainly say this does mean a partnership of sorts. If that's something you've been seeking and you've worked hard on yourself to move through any insecurities about that, any way you feel about self-love, romantic love, partnership love, or if you've worked through some of the awkwardness of breakups. Then these two cards are sharing with you today. This message is, it's coming, it's on its way, and it's around you, it's about you, and it's time to get it. And so appropriate, this should come the month of Valentine's, and it's just random like that. And both of these cards showed up and said, you know, here we are. It's time for partnership, it's time for a union, it's time for moving forward in something new. Which reminds me, kind of, I was thinking about this, and how do you apply these two cards? And I was reminded that in 1998, the pop icon, international superstar Cher launched an album called Believe, and in it she just keeps talking about believing in love, and basically believing in love after loss, after I've got goosebumps, so I know the spirits are here, so that means it's all lining up. Believing in that love that's been lost, that love that you haven't got, that love that you're missing, that love that you haven't had it. Believe that you've done the work to move past it, get through it, and be beyond it. All of your desires, everything that you put out there, all of what you say you'd like to receive for you is on its way. You are part of this big, rich, abundant universe that is just supply and demand, asking you shall receive, and so it is and so shall it be. All of us, myself included, have got to get on that bandwagon, not the other bandwagon. The bandwagon that says, in turbulent times, we keep things up, we keep things buoyant, we keep things moving. Yes, there will be struggles. It isn't that the struggles are any less, they're just easier to navigate. It isn't that the struggles are any less, they're just easier to navigate. It isn't what happens to you, because things happen to us all the time. Curveballs, swerves, sharp corners, feels like you're about to tip over. We all experience those side swipes where we're not sure. Ooh, this is a bit different. I wasn't expecting this. It isn't what happens. It's your response and reaction to it. If you quickly pick an affirmation, from this, all good things happen for me. What's another one I learned yesterday? Only good lies before me. I have a wonderful life. If you just get there into that space, you've neutralized and eradicated any reaction to what is happening, no matter what that is. It could be anything. But we're so in the habit of reacting in a negative way. The service of, what does that get you? Oh my goodness, you cause other people to come to your aid. Yes, there are times of an emergency where I want people to respond and come help. I need help. And there are times in an emergency where I've gone and helped other people. They've needed it. They've wanted it. That's how you respond. Now, for me, it's reassuring people, listen, it's all going to work out. It's going to be okay. Settle down. We'll be good. No matter what that is, it does work out. It always works out. It has a way of working out. But you have to believe. That's the incomplete piece. Believing it. Getting into the expectation of, oh, yeah, it always works out. And when you witness things working out, and here's the other part of incomplete. When things do work out and they actually have a way of miraculously turning around in the way that we wanted them to, when they do, we very seldom turn around and say, yes, it did work out. I did end up with it. And some part way there is saying thank you, thank you. But very seldom do we sit with that and acknowledge, look what just happened. This manifested for me, for my highest good, and I realize that that's how magic works. That's how miracles happen. And I'm happy and grateful for the ability to see it, to acknowledge it, to have it happen. The minute we all, as we grow, begin to acknowledge and see the fruits of what we've asked for, the manifestation and realization of everything we've desired, everything we've put out in front of us, that the time that we put it out wasn't existing, didn't happen, wasn't here. It's what we wanted. The minute we expect and say, yes, it's happening now, and I'm getting it, it's coming. No matter what, people might say, when's it coming from? Who's going to bring it to you? What makes you think that's going to be possible? That's what we're being taught by folks who are trying to convince us not to believe it, not to believe all of this. You know, the intuition, that inner guidance, that inner light, that eternal flame, the connection that you are with God and everything else. Never wrong. Never wrong. If you go with your heart, you go with your gut feeling, if you go with what you know inside is telling you, speaking to you, whoosh, that's the express lane. You're gone. I got goosebumps all on the right side. So that's, an angel, a spirit guide just affirming, yes. And the other part I'll add before we go to the daily reading is, most of us, when we get the concept of it, we understand it. Oh, now we want it quick now. Oh yeah, got this. I'm one of them. It becomes this like obsession. You're going to do it with everything, which is wonderful. It's great. That's a good thing. But also know, how long did it take us to get to the point where we learned this? A long time. A long time. So please don't expect absolutely every single thing to be doing its work instantly. It can and does. What I know for sure, the more I do it, the quicker it happens. The more I'm on that wavelength, the quicker things work. They're supposed to. Because there's a experience for all of us. It's a bit like you've got I look at the analogy of building a house, right? You have this idea of what the house is going to look like, and we'll call them, I don't know, Pip and George, if you will. Two people looking at a lot. They've cleared the lot. This is where they want the house to be. They've seen the house on the lot, but the house is not there. They see the way it's facing. They know what's behind it. They know what's in front of it. And maybe they haven't even seen the lot. They've just seen it in their head. They've got this idea and this concept of it. That's intuition speaking to, this is what's going to happen for you. So now they believe in their head, in their heart, that both of them have seen this piece of land. They've also seen the house on it. They've also seen themselves walking through it. They've also seen where all the bedrooms are. And now they can tell what street they're on. All of this only exists in their imagination, the image that comes from intuition. And the next step, go looking for the land, go looking for the plot, go looking for the lot, whatever it is that you're looking for. So you've let go of, you see it, you got it, you're expecting it to happen. Now you put the things into place. And the next step, you've got the land, now you've got to go buy it. Now you've got to get the money to buy it. And the next step, now you've got to find somebody to draw the plans. And the next step, now you've got to find someone to build it. And the next step, there's always a step, always that incomplete, that piece of extra. When you get the concept of believing it and expecting it and it's coming, this is this holy love, sacred union, again, partnership, all of that. When you see it, believe it, it's coming, let it go. Don't hold on to, which we do. I want it now. When's it going to happen? When are we there? Are we there yet? Have we got there? Have we got it? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? That isn't helping it move forward. That's turning the dial to that hissiness, that we're not tuned into the channel. If you can see it, if you can perceive it, you will achieve it. Now let that go. The word, so be it, so shall it be, whoosh, boom. It's like sending a letter. Whoosh, there you go. Thank you, have it. There will always be items and situations that you are stuck to that need a bit more scrubbing, need a bit more cleaning off. Mine is accepting my this without all the fluffy weight. I got there. Is that, well, it's okay. It's fine. And my relationship for food now is so much better than it was even 10 years ago. Much, much better. Because I actually learned to love myself. Actually learned this is all pretty good. And I lovingly, jokingly tell friends of mine when they talk about, are you single? You don't have a partner? No. Oh, and it seems a bit odd, right? I don't. Well, I do. I have a love affair with 5 dogs. That also seems bizarre. Here's the thing I learned from the love I get from 5 dogs. I want a human partner to love me just as much as they do. And I want to be able to open myself up to loving someone else in that same way. No boundaries, complete and utter acceptance. Because that's what I do for myself. So in my world, my land of hope and glory, why would I accept anything less than what I'm prepared to give? That doesn't make any sense. There's no match. There's no lining up. There you go. Food for thought, my loves. All right. So, let's see. Here we go with Melody Beatty's book. Let me put our little whoosh bang. There you go. So I love this that we get to turn a page on the 2nd month. And let's see what she has to say for February. Now, bearing in mind, this lady wrote this book in the 90s, I think. And we're still using it. It's got dog-eared and it's tatty. That's when you know a book is well worked, well lived. February the 1st. Transcend your limitations. So here we go. You're free now, free to take the journey of a lifetime, free to experience life in its newness, its freshness, its magic, in a way you've never before. The only limitations on you are the ones you placed on yourself. Your prison has been of your own making. Don't blame or chastise yourself. Life has created certain challenges for you, but the purpose hasn't been to imprison you. The purpose has been to set you free, to provide you with the lessons, experiences, circumstances that would trigger growth and healing. Life has been provoking you, promoting you, urging you to grow, stretch, learn, heal. Life has been trying to break you out of your prison. Set yourself free. Let yourself go on a journey of love. Take notes. Be present. Experience, learn, love, laugh, and cry when you need to. Rest when you're tired. Take a flashlight to help you see in the dark. Most of all, take yourself and go. Go on your journey of joy. Oh, yes. On your journey of joy. Oh! I feel like that's what my life has been, a journey of joy. Literally, seriously. Looking back, some of them haven't seemed very joyful, but it has been. I'm grateful, truly. All right then. So with that said, I'll have another little... I've got to give up this habit of caffeine, but it always tastes so good first thing in the morning. Oh. Feet flat on the floor. Get centered and settled. Take a breath in. Release and let go of the cobwebs of your tissues. Open and breathe. Use the breath to bring in freshness, newness. Use the breath out to turn the page. Ooh. Also use the breath to center yourself. Ground yourself with your feet. Know that the earth has got you, supporting you always. Allow yourself to scan your body, beginning with the floor. Anywhere up your body, joints, bones, muscles, tissues, extremities of your toes or your fingers, the tip of your nose or the tops of your ears, anywhere that is not feeling the love, trapped, stuck, aching. Breathe light to those places. Breathe healing to those places. Mother, Father, God, Spirit, angels of the universe, archangels, guardian angels, come with love in our heart, gratitude on our mind. Give humble thanks. For the ability to open and receive. We give true and humble thanks that you are with us, guiding us through these messages. Know that we are all open and willing to receive. We ask now that you guide us away from people, situation, places, stories, drama, and anything negative that is not for our highest purpose. We give thanks that you've cut the binds and removed these energies now. Allow your consciousness in your mind to settle itself at your third eye center. This is the point of inner seeing or clairvoyance. Soften your gaze. Let whatever images float in. Continue breathing through and settling in to all the experiences that you're having right now. If the images are blank, be open to turning on your inner hearing, the openness of your clairaudience skills. Have the experience of either seeing or hearing everything. You, my friends, are now at one with the additional skills you've always had and are now learning to uncover. Subtleties of physical sound, noise, the brilliance of inner visions, depth, colour, vibrations. All physical and non-physical sounds and visions vibrate within and without. You're invited to have the experience you're having now. Complete relaxation. Openness to receive. Higher wisdom and higher knowledge is all for your highest good. Continue breathing, seeing, hearing, acknowledging and experiencing these sights of inner visions, the sounds of inner hearing. See them as a tune-up. Gently bring your mind back to your breath. And focus on your environment, your feet, your hands, the room that you're in, the temperature of the room against your skin. Bring your hands to prayer heart center. Just take a couple of moments to acknowledge yourself. Lift your thumb knuckles between your forehead, and together we bow and say namaste. Thank you for that. The process of creative visualization starts off pretty much similar to that. I asked a friend of mine yesterday to watch the rewind of the yesterday's meditation, because I could feel, like I did when I channeled, an energy that comes in and literally just leads the visualization. It's kind of challenging to explain it, how it happens. I'm not trying to make it weird or lofty, but it's a bit, it's kind of like a hologram, if you will, letting yourself just be open and free to just let whatever energy floats through. And so as I'm going into the visualization this morning, waiting for some guidance as to, are we at a beach? Are we on a lake? What am I seeing? So typically when I'm going through the visualization, I'm saying what I'm seeing and asking you, inviting you to go along on the journey too. Obviously, I'm talking to a camera and it's being fed out everywhere. But lately, the last few days, it's felt like this other energy, if you will, wants to come in and take you on a self-guided journey to seeing what inner sight, inner hearing, those clairvoyant skills are. Because I've always believed that we all have it. We got it. It's underneath there somewhere. We're just scratching the surface and letting it free. If you believe that you do, if you believe that you have, if you're using these things all the time, then this is for you. It's for you to learn to open, which is why I don't necessarily take time to close it all down at the end, because I think let's just be open to it. Let's just be open to messages we get and receive. Yeah, that's all I've got to say about that. If you have any comments, you can put them in the comments underneath, wherever you find this, YouTube or Facebook. You can also email me, kevincross@me.com. Or you can find me on my website, kevincross.com. So I'll see you in the morning. Thanks so much for spending time to do this. Chat soon. Bye.